Even in the separation, only we feel we are very unfortunate because we've been separated from Krishna. So the two principles in the material world, lamentation and anchoring. So there is two principles in Krishna consciousness, always to remember Krishna and never forget Krishna. Only in this manner, when we are remembered Krishna, that we are united with Sambhoga, and we are separated in Krishna consciousness, but always remembering Krishna in separation. That is the Vipralamba stage. So Rupa Goswami says these two stages are there, Sambhoga and Vipralamba, union and separation. He says between the union with Krishna and then separation in Krishna, he says that separation is much more attractive in Krishna consciousness, because in the union you only see Krishna in one place, but in separation you see Krishna everywhere. When you are separated from your lover, very dearest person, and everything you see is your lover. But the moment you found him, you only see him, he is there and nowhere else. Somebody asked Prabhupada which is better between Sambhoga and Vipralamba, between union and separation. Prabhupada says in the spiritual platform both are same. Dependent on that person, which sambandha he has got in Krishna consciousness. If somebody in the worship of the Lord, for him Sambhoga union is the most important thing. And somebody who's in the Smaranam, always thinking of Krishna, for him separation, Vipralamba is the most prominent thing. So somebody, whether you are in the Archana, worship of the Lord, the deity of the Lord, or whether you are in the Smaranam, you are in the remembrance of Krishna. So in this way, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come here to give us some indication of Vipralamba, the separation. Aha Krishna Pranadano, Aha Padmalochana, Divya Sadguna Sagara, Aha Pitambaradhara, Aha Shama Sundara. Then Mahaprabhu is always looking for Krishna everywhere. Mahaprabhu never said that he has found Krishna. Although he has found Krishna in different places, even in the Jagannath Puri during the Rath Yatra festival, he has said that I found my Lord Jagannath. But still Mahaprabhu always highlighted that the remembrance of Krishna in separation is much more attractive and much more enjoyable for the devotees of Krishna. In this way, that Mahaprabhu is bringing this wonderful verse here. There is feeling separation from Krishna, and then every moment he feels that either 12 years or more. And he's also saying that the tears are flowing from his eyes like a torrents of rain. And he also feeling the, what the other verse is, other thing? I'm feeling all vacant. That he feeling the emptiness in his heart because not able to be united with Krishna. So in this way, when the devotee are feeling this kind of Vipralamba, this all Vipralamba means separation in Krishna consciousness. You are always remembering Krishna, but you don't have that, a union of face-to-face of Krishna. So this Vipralamba is divided into 4 parts. One is called Purva Raga. Second is called Mana. Third is called Prema Vaichittaya. And fourth is called Pravesa. Purva Raga means the emotion, the feeling of a person prior to meeting of their lover. That you are ready to go and meet your lover, and the feeling within you, before meeting. There is Purva Raga. Those who are deeply involved, loved in a loving affair. I do not know Kavi Nimai, as you know. Last time. That was a waste time. 1988. So he was in the very deep love. Not waste, huh? Worth it, huh? Oh, very nice. The first wife to be said, worth it. You put a record, you know. And today Mataji put a tangan ready. Love is so powerful. Today's love is all about money. How much money you got, that much we love you. So here, that Purva Raga means in the category of separation, that you are ready to go and meet your real lover, the feeling within you before you're meeting that person. And Mana means the quarrel between the lovers. Did you have ever quarreled with your lover? Every time. So you have done everything like Krishna. So you would be the Pinang Krishna, she will be the Radha. So the quarrel between the lovers, somewhere or other they enjoy the quarrel. And the Prema Vaichitya, that the real meeting of these people. That Prema Vaichitya is the emotion of the living being when they are really meeting each other. After a long time of separation, they are really meeting each other. So this has been shown by Radharani and Krishna personally. Prema Vaichitya is that really the meeting has taken place. When they come together ready, what happens? There is a place in Barshana, from Barshana to Nandagram, 1 kilometer from Barshana to Nandagram. There is a lake called Prema Sarovara, lake of love. Prema Sarovara. So there one time Radharani and Krishna, they were sitting. And Madhumangal was there. And there was small Madhu. There was a honeybee. Was going around near the ear of Radharani. And Madhumangal chased away the honeybee. After chasing away, and Madhumangal said, Madhu is gone, Madhu is gone. Madhu means also honeybee. And the moment Radharani heard that Madhu is gone, and she thought Madhusudan, my Krishna is gone. Even though Krishna is just sitting beside her, and she immediately felt the separation. She began to cry that my Madhu, my Krishna is gone, my Krishna is gone. Looking at Radharani, Krishna, he began to cry. He says how deep love Radharani has got for him. Just because of that honeybee, he was talking about honeybee, Madhumangal talking about honeybee, and she was thinking about me, Madhusudan is gone. And she has got so much love for me. So in that meeting, Radha and Krishna, she began to cry. Looking at the love of Radharani, Krishna also began to cry. And these two tears between Radha and Krishna, it became one lake. That is called Prema Sarovara. So that is the emotion called Prema Vaichitya, Vipralamba, prior to meeting and during the quarrel and then during the real meeting. And the Pravesa is that they are staying along away. For a long time they've been away. And that feeling of separation. So in this way that Rupa Goswami has given us the information about Vipralamba. And he says that a Vipralamba, the separation has got 10 kinds. One is called Chinta. And another one is called Jagalana. Third is called Udvega. Fourth is called Tanava Krishna. Fifth is called Malihangata. Sixth is called Pralapa. Seventh is called Vyadi. Eighth is called Anmada. Ninth is called Moha. 10th is called the Murcha. There is a separation, 10 kinds of separation. And Chinta is that the anxious of love of a person. In the separation, you find there's one quality called Chinta, that the anxious of that person towards the lovers. And number 2 is called Jagarana, that sleeplessness, that because you are too much in love and you are not able to sleep. Did you experience that?
Yeah.
You experience? Ooh, you. Huh?
Maharaj never fell in love, no experience. Lah.
Yeah. My father told me, my mother told me, never get into love with anybody. She said, I got enough from your father. Yeah. My mother told me that. My dear son, only one good advice for you. Be happy what you are. Never get involved with married life. I'm suffering like anything from your father. My father told me, don't listen to your mother. And I asked my father how you felt with mother. Useless, waste of time. Nobody can be happy with your mother. So both ways, those who have eaten the laddu also not happy, those who are not eaten also not happy. He says laddu of marriage and brahmacharya all same. A man who is not married always anchoring how married life will be so nice. Those who are married, they are thinking how the bachelor life is so nice. He says laddu of anchoring and lamentation. So in this way, that the Chinta, anxious to see Krishna. And the Jagarana is that sleeplessness, cannot sleep. And Udvega, the third kind of separation, there is agitation inside you. A lot of agitation, isn't it? He is very confident. Your answers are very sharp and very strong. Agitation. He has gone through all this Vipralamba. And Tanava Krishna. Tanava Krishna. There is the emaciation. The body goes a little bit of, cannot sit in one place properly. You always, like it's another form of agitation. Now you're going here, going there, but actually, you know where you want to go, but you're not able to go. And the Malihangata, discoloring of the body. The body is, it changes. When you are in deep love, the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you see, everything changes. You do not know, but your mother, your father, everybody can find ready. What is happening with this girl? What is happening with this boy? Last time he's not like that. No? So the changes of your bodily, there's a transformation. Malihangata. And the sixth is called Pralapa. Pralapa means your speech is not very clear. காதல் பண்ணாக்கா வார்த்தைகள் தடுமாற்றம். ஜஸ்ட் எல்லாமே தடுமாற்றம். காதலுக்கு கண்ணல்ல காதல்ல கேளாயோ, ஜாதி இல்லை பேதம் இல்லை அதை என்னை பாராயோ. என்னம்மா அது கண்ணு அதான் அதை கண்ணாடி போட்டிருக்கீங்க 2 பேரும். வீட்டுக்காரர் அம்மாவும் அப்பாவும் 2 பேரும் கண்ணாடி போட்டா. So Pralapa, that is the words, there are trembling of the, words are there, not very clear what they're talking. And the Vyadi, they like a patient. Those who are in deep love, they are like a patient. They are afflicted by they call it the manakavalai. What is said in English, nice words? Manakavalai. Depression. You are deeply. Is it depression? Somewhere other there. Sorrowfulness. Anmada. They become mad. And moha, there is some bewilderment. Kulapumnu சொல்றாங்களே, bewilderment. And murcha, they become unconscious. They sometimes fall unconscious. They are sitting there but they are unconscious. You talk to them, they won't be answering to you because they are somewhere else, unconscious. So the Vipralamba sages, the kinds are 10 kinds of this thing. Which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has stated all those things because he says all material things, as long as you got that kind of attraction for the people of this world, for the material things, it all remains a material. And because it's a material, you suffer so much in your life. You're not able to sleep, you always, you're crying, always, you feel anxious, agitation, there is always like a madness, and with emotion of ignorance and everything, because it is all directed towards a material thing, and it affects very badly in your life. But the same thing when it becomes spiritual, see, these things cannot be taken away from you. You're laughing and you're crying cannot be taken away from the living entities, because it's a part and parcel of the life of the living being. When you are taking birth, when you're dying, you're crying in between, there is some laughing and smiling. All those things are natural for the living entities. So it cannot be taken away, but we have to spiritualize the whole thing. When you spiritualize the whole thing, even you're crying, but that crying makes you more satisfaction inside you. There is cold crying, that's hot crying. The cold crying is that the happy news, you are crying. Sometimes people have got the best result in their exam. Looking at that, they also cry, tears, happy crying. Somebody, they failed the exam, they also crying, And he say in this way that the tears of the living entities, either it is cold or it's a heat, either it is crying of enjoyment, joyful cryness, or it is sorrowful cryness. So cryingness will be there. Only thing is that whether it's material or spiritual. So in this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is bringing all this information in our life for us to understand that either you cry for Krishna or you cry for ordinary material things in the material world. The moment you cry for the material things, that is going to determine another birth for you. So we are already confirming another birth, that we have to come back again to this world to go through the miseries of life and continuation of Mamupetya punarjanma dukhalayam asasvatam napnuvanti mahatmanaha samsiddhim paramam gatam. That the material world is very miserable place and is also temporary place. The material world, we cannot be happy and cannot be peaceful. People do not understand. Just like the devotees, we are reading the Mahabharatam, the very Bhagavad Gita. And we are thinking there is the war in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, there's a battle, Mahabharatam battle. But actually, Krishna wants you to see the battle inside you. There is a day to day, on the daily basis, there's a battle going on inside us. Mahabhutani Ahankara, there are 23 elements in the body. There is the knowledge acquiring senses, there is the working senses, there is the object of the senses, there is a Mahabhuta, the great elements. There is the fight going on inside us between the elements of the body. The ear is hearing, taking knowledge, the eyes also seeing, taking knowledge. But somewhere or other, the ear is not, taking the information from the eyes. Eye is not giving the information, right information to the ear. In this way, there is always battle inside the mind. The ear is doing one thing, the eyes is doing another thing, the mouth is talking another thing. Even though we are here, but it's not related to each other. They are not, really connected to each other. So there is a Mahabharatam battle is going on inside the human being. Krishna wants us to see the battle inside us. Every day we are battling against our senses. Somewhere or other, human being has become slave to their senses. And in this way, they are trying to be happy and peaceful in their life. It's not possible. Because there's a Duryodhana sitting inside us. There is a Saguni sitting inside us. There is a Dhritarashtra, the blind man, sitting inside us. There is Dusasan sitting inside us. And there are also the good people, Yudhishthira, sitting inside us. There are also Bhima, Arjuna, Nakula, Sahadeva, all the wonderful personality also sitting inside us. There is the war inside living entity between Dharma and Adharma. There is a battle going on inside the living entities between Dharma and Adharma. And we have become very confused. We do not know which direction we should move in our life. Just like Arjuna has become confused in the Mahabharatam, in the Kurukshetra war. He doesn't know what he really has to do. Then he says, Karpanya dosa pahata swabhava prachami tvam dharma samuda cheta yasrayanshan nishcham bruyu tanme sisya seham sadimam to prapanyam. I do not know what is dharma and adharma. My dear Krishna, I am very confused. Now I surrender to you as a disciple. Please tell me what I should do. Only way to become clear about our direction, our life, is to surrender to Krishna. Take the ideology of Krishna, not the ideology of Kamsa, not the ideology of Ravana, not the ideology of Nargasura. We have to take the ideology of Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In this way, our emotion changes. What is meant to be now material emotion, and it becomes spiritual emotion. Cannot be taken away totally emotion from our heart. Only the emotion stops when our heartbeats are stopped. When we die, then emotion no more there already. There is no pleasure and pain in the dead body. Only the living body, they've got the pleasure and pain. So it's not possible to take away all this emotion, but it is possible to spiritualize the emotion. So in the spiritualization of the emotion, you always feel very much happy and satisfied in your crying, in your laughing, in your separation, everything you feel very peaceful and very settled down. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu bringing this information, why he is looking for Krishna, why he is saying that, the moment separation from you feeling so many years, why you feeling that in your absence I found everything is emptiness, nothing is there. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wants to remind us, unless you filled up your heart with Krishna consciousness. That's what I said. The material world, always anchoring and lamentation are going on. Always we are anchoring for something. Can I get this? Can I get that? Can I get this? Can I get that? And the next moment we are crying. Whatever is with us, is taken away, taken away. My mother is gone, my father is gone, my money is gone, my property is gone, all gone, gone, gone. So we are crying for what is gone away from us, and we are hankering for what can be taken inside us. And Mahaprabhu says this always is there. But then you cry for Krishna, and your anchoring of the material world never disturb your emotion. So in this way that only important thing, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that this emotion inside you, the separation here, Vipralamba, he says that only can be awoken in the life of the human being by three things. He says by hearing about Krishna, and number two, by seeing Krishna, and number three, by remembering Krishna. Importantly, he says that by hearing and chanting of the holy name of Krishna, and the material emotion inside us will become spiritual emotion. Bhaktivinoda Thakur has kindly has given us the information. And he said that prior to that meeting, that feelings also will come in very nicely with us. So very importantly that we have to spend a solid time in hearing and chanting. In the life of Gokarna and the Dundukari, Gokarna is a devotee of Krishna. Dundukari is brother, but is a big womanizer. He is not a devotee. So he had so many girlfriends, Dundukari, But his brother Gokarna is a very wonderful person. He is a devotee, always chanting, always hearing Krishna Katha. So Dundukari one time, because he married to 5 prostitutes, and then everybody is demanding so many things from him. So he going stealing everywhere, And the news came to know to the king also that that this guy somebody is going around and stealing, and they are killing somebody, and so many bad things they are doing. So the king already making a plan to catch him. So these 5 prostitutes, they thought if the king catch this fella, we also will be in trouble. Better we kill him before the king catch him. So they got together, and when he was sleeping, they boiled the hot ghee and poured it into his ear and killed him. And they buried him. Then he became a ghost, subtle body. He was going around everywhere, no body for him. So he is a subtle body going around, suffering so much. Then he came to his brother, who is the Gokarna, who is a devotee. He said, my dear brother, I'm suffering so much in the subtle body, please help me. And the brother went to Gaya, he went to so many holy places to do some Shraddha ceremony. But after doing all those things, he came back, and still Dundukari said, brother, you went to all these places, but still I'm in the ghost body, help me. So now Gokarna went and asked some saintly people what I should do. So they suggested you speak the Srimad Bhagavatam for 7 days. You speak Bhagavatam for 7 days. It will be really helpful to your brother, Srimad Bhagavatam. So then Gokarna arranged to speak Srimad Bhagavatam for 7 days. And he has given the invitation. So many saintly people, everybody came to sit to hear the Bhagavatam for 7 days. He starts in the morning, finishes at the evening. So in that crowd, his brother Dundukari with the subtle body also seated there, but nobody knows that he's sitting there. So he was speaking the first day of Srimad Bhagavatam. Everybody came and sat and they heard. Morning they came and sat, and then evening they go back. They come back next day. But the Dundukari, he never go anywhere. The moment he said that, he was sitting there, and after everybody heard the Bhagavatam, after everybody left, till they come back the next day, but Dundukari was sitting, and then he was recalling, he was recalling all the thing, Gokarna have spoken in the Bhagavatam, and everything he was doing inside. He was remembering Krishna inside, he was doing puja for Krishna, and he was doing, everything, service to Krishna, he was doing inside in himself. Till the next day. The next day, everybody come and sit. Again, the Srimad Bhagavatam Sabda continued. And again, they go back, and he still sit there, never go anywhere, and still he does everything within himself. In this way, the seventh day finished. The last day, at the end of the Bhagavatam Sapta, the seventh day, there was a chariot came from the Vaikuntha. And the moment he came and picked up the Dundakari subtle body, immediately he has got a four-ended form, Vishnu form. And he was seated in the chariot. And everybody was able to see. There was another person who was seated in the crowd. We did not realize he was in the subtle body. And everybody little bit upset. They thought, we also sat and heard the Bhagavatam for 7 days, but no chariot came for us. Only came for that one person. So they were thinking, where we went wrong. Why no chariot come for us? And understanding their sadness, and Gokarna, he asked a question from the Vishnu Tudas. Atraiva Bahava Sante Srotram Mama Nirmala Anitani Vimaneni Natesum Bhagavat Upa Sravanam Samabhagena. The Gokarna asked the Vishnu Tudas, everybody is seated and heard the Srimad Bhagavatam for 7 days. Equally all heard. But why only one person get the liberation? Why not other people? And that time Vishnu Tuda says, he says the quality of what you do is very important, not the quantity. He says that unstable knowledge is lost in the material world. Knowledge which is not stable, it is lost. And inattentive learning, he said, that is also lost. You go to school, you sit there but you are not attentive. Inattentive learning is lost. And he said, no concentration of japa. Chanting the holy name, no concentration. He said, that one also is lost. A land without a devotee, Vaishnava, he said, that is also lost. And giving oblation towards the forefathers by non-qualified people also lost. And he said, taking advice of non-qualified people, somebody not qualified giving you advice, he said that is also lost.